Hey everyone, welcome back to another Motivation Monday podcast for Monday, May 28th, 2018. What's going on? How are you? Hope you had a great weekend. If you're in the United States, you get a long weekend. So I'm going to keep this one short this week because I know people are really busy out there enjoying their family and friends. So this week is just going to come in the form of an album recommendation, something that I've been listening to a lot over the past week that I think you guys would really enjoy. One of the dynamic duos throughout jazz history that I feel is truly one of the most important musical collaborations that I've ever heard is the collaboration between Monk and Coltrane. And there's all these fantastic recordings that have been coming out over the past decade or so that are really illuminating their relationship. You can really hear kind of the fire in Coltrane when he was playing with Monk, how much he enjoyed playing Monk's tunes. And one of the fascinating things about Monk is how much his tunes have stood the test of time in jazz history. I don't think I've played a jazz gig in recent memory where we haven't played at least one Monk tune. It's just kind of that thing. They're so interesting. There's always new avenues to explore with the way that Monk composes, his chord changes, his melodies. Truly one of the most important figures in jazz history. And then if you add to that the genius of John Coltrane, and especially the period where they were playing a lot together in the late 50s, you really get some fantastic music that if you've never checked it out, you got to. You really have to. If you're a fan of jazz, which I'm assuming everybody listening to this show is, you really owe it to yourself to check out some of these recordings. So there are some that are more famous than others, like, their recording at Carnegie Hall. That was a really big deal when that came out. There's a great record with awful sound, but some of the best playing that I've ever heard, which is Coltrane and Monk live at the Five Spot. That is some of my favorite Coltrane stuff that is has ever been recorded. And if you can get past the really bad sound, there's just a treasure trove of stuff that you can gain by listening to that. But I stumbled across this recording on Riverside, maybe about a month ago, and it was something that I had never heard before, even though it was released in 2006. So I feel like I would kind of hip you guys to it if you've never heard of it. I'm sure a lot of you have. But this is the complete 1957 Riverside recordings of Thelonious Monk and John Coltrane. And the really cool thing about these recordings is that there's multiple takes of every single tune. So, there's 10 different tracks on each disc. This is a double disc set, so 20 tracks in total. And one of the things that I really nerd out on, especially with Coltrane, is listening to alternate takes of the same tune. I find it really fascinating to hear what is the same and what is different between the different takes that Coltrane does. And obviously, I'm kind of obsessed with Coltrane because I'm a saxophone player, but I mean, Monk's playing is just, ridiculously amazing on this stuff too. So forgive me for being a bit of a saxophone nerd, but you've probably figured that out by now. But, it has tunes like Monk's Mood, Crepuscule with Nelly. I don't even know how to say that word. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Blues for Tomorrow, Off Minor, Abide with Me, Epistrophe, Well You Needn't, Ruby My Dear, Nutty, Trinkle Tinkle. And a lot of the really cool things is that, like, I'm looking at the track listing right now, there's 3 takes of Crepuscule with Nelly. Actually, there's 5 takes of that on this particular record. 2 takes of Epistrophe, 2 takes of Well You Needn't, 2 takes of Ruby My Dear. It's just awesome. And these are recordings that are collected from a bunch of separate, records that have been put out, but all kind of collected in one place, which I find super exciting that I can put this on and just listen to it on repeat while I'm in the car or around the house. I usually pick a couple of my favorite tracks and really do some active listening, which we talked about on a previous podcast. So I just can't recommend this album enough. I've really gotten a lot out of it, and I've been very excited about listening to these recordings every day. So I figured if you're out there, you're looking for something new to listen to, this would be an awesome thing for you. All right, so that about does it for this week. Let me know if you've listened to this before, if this is something you've been a fan of for a long time and I'm just late to the party, or if this is something that is brand new for you. Let me know if you enjoy it. You can always get in touch with me at 10minutejazzlesson@gmail.com. And I hope everybody has a fantastic week. We'll see you on Friday with a regular episode. Have a good one, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.